Event of the new year. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy has the latest on what to expect this weekend. KOAM News at 10 next. Now at 10, the first winter weather event of the new year could soon hit the 4 states. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy tells us what to expect. Plus, a business owner in Pittsburgh has some advice for residents looking to grow the local economy. And Art Central in Carthage features a new mother-daughter art exhibit.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This weekend could bring the first winter weather event of the new year to the 4 states. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Anthony Saviello. Let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy to tell us what to expect.
Well, it turned out to be a chilly Friday, but of course, all eyes on the weekend, our first winter weather event that we have seen this season so far. Now, by far, most of the winter weather is going to stay north of the region, but we are going to get some. We have a winter storm warning in our northern counties, winter weather advisory once you get out across southeastern Kansas. Now, tonight's going to be fine. Clouds are going to increase. As we go through Saturday morning, we'll start to get a little bit of drizzle. There could be a short period of freezing drizzle, but most of this just drizzle for Saturday. Once we get into the evening hours, showers will start to pick up, even a few thunderstorms. Nothing strong, nothing severe, but look at our northern counties, some freezing rain. Then it's just periods of rain as we go through Saturday night into Sunday morning. But as that colder air starts to filter in, we'll switch over to a quick band of snow across the region on Sunday. So we're going to be breaking this all down for you here in just a bit.
All right, Doug, thanks. AAA is alerting drivers to be aware of icy and snowy road conditions. Local driving instructor Johnny Barcelona says reduced visibility is a big hazard. He recommends preparing by having a mechanic put de-icer in your windshield washer fluid. Also, he says if your car is stuck in snow, don't rock it. It's best to call for help. According to the Federal Highway Administration, 24% of weather-related crashes occur on snowy, icy, or slushy pavement.
With snow, we say you drive slow. What we mean by that, if the speed limit is, say, 40, we go half the speed. We go 20 to increase it because it takes longer to stop.
Barcelona says a common mistake is pouring hot water on your windshield to remove ice because it can lead to cracks. He suggests using your car's defroster instead. MoDOT and other departments of transportation want to remind drivers that there are priorities set for which roads are cleared first. They understand each road is a priority to drivers, but say there aren't enough workers or trucks to clear all highways immediately. MoDOT says the most efficient job is one that will impact the most drivers, which sets the priority. For information on your local city or county streets, residents should contact your local government. If there are any closures due to inclement weather from the weekend into Monday, we'll have a list as they are submitted on our website and our KOAM News app. You can scan the QR code and bookmark the URL in your phone or download the free KOAM News app from your phone's app store. You'll find closures for schools, government entities, and churches. Again, get the latest list at KOAMNewsNow.com. The Bureau of the Census says the city of Pittsburgh is the anchor for economic growth in southeast Kansas. Just one reason why people commute to work there. But to build that momentum, residents need to shop locally. KOAM's Lonnie Walton spoke with a business owner about the benefits of working in Pittsburgh.
My father got sick. He passed away when I was 8 from cardiomyopathy, and my mom had to take care of me and her.
Sophia Strand is a potential owner of Doggy Style Grooming in Pittsburgh. She will be taking over for her mother, who fought to build this brand.
She got her butt to a master groomer and learned and paid for my father's medication.
Business owner of Sunny Day Ceramics says she couldn't imagine doing anything else, and she wants the community to help support her, but she also wants to support them too. Meet Sylvia Grother, a business owner specializing in ceramic design.
Of really amazing things that you can do with it, but I think it also really teaches people like
grief and loss and sadness.
Both of these ladies are just a small portion of business owners in Pittsburgh. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, local businesses are doing well, with a total of $4.4 billion in sales in 2023. President of Pittsburgh's Area Chamber of Commerce, Blake Benson, says in order to keep these stats high, you must continue to shop local.
When you spend it online with a company that is outside of the area, none of that money stays here.
And not only that, the money just doesn't help small businesses, it helps you.
For local city and county municipalities, that's the revenue that they need to take care of your streets, to provide emergency services like police and fire protection.
Lynn says her business may be small, but it makes a big difference.
Mainly focus on what we do for our community.
And for those larger businesses,
corporations have enough money.
reporting in Pittsburgh, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Benson goes on to say that about 70% of every dollar spent stays in the community. A new art exhibit debuts at Art Central in Carthage. Mother and daughter Chastity Bryant and Mercedes Moon are the first mother-daughter duo to be hosted at Art Central. Their paintings draw inspiration from celebrities like Prince and John Lennon, and they do floral paintings. They even have some advice for aspiring artists.
My advice to people who would like to do art or to expand their horizon in the art community is to practice, but also ask for advice from local artists. Everybody's willing to help everybody.
Art Central invites the public to check out the exhibit for themselves. It runs until February 3rd. A school district in Northeast Oklahoma says a $6 million bond issue would go a long way to helping the school grow. That story's coming up, but up first, the House has a new speaker following a razor-thin victory today. We'll bring you the latest. KOAM TV is seeking. There was drama on the first day of the 119th Congress. Mike Johnson was elected Speaker of the House, but not without an initial challenge. Nidia Cavazos has more from the Capitol Hill.
Representative Mike Johnson returns as Speaker of the House, but by only the smallest of margins, with just one vote to spare.
The Honorable Mike Johnson of the state of Louisiana, having received a majority of the votes cast, is duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives for the 119th Congress.
Johnson won the gavel on the first vote, but only after two Republican holdouts changed their vote.
The path of prosperity has long been paved with policies that put America and Americans first. And that is what we will champion in the 119th Congress.
Massey. Emmer.
Three Republicans, Kentucky's Thomas Massey, South Carolina's Ralph Norman, and Representative Keith Self of Texas, initially voted for someone else. Johnson eventually won after President-elect Trump intervened and two of the three changed their votes.
We needed more input from members like myself, not a chairman, not in a leadership position, and I think that's what we have done.
We got together, Mike gave us his assurances he's going to fight for the things we think are important for the country.
Johnson is pledging to slash the size and scope of the federal government. His challenger for the gavel, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, had this message for the new Speaker and his party.
Keep your hands off Social Security and Medicare.
Republicans now control both chambers of Congress for the first time since 2019, but pushing the Trump agenda may not be an easy task with such a small majority in the House. Nidia Cavazos, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, the Cleora Public School District in Oklahoma is asking voters to approve a $6 million bond issue. It's a non-tax increase bond, so taxes wouldn't be raised. The funds would add in addition to and renovate Cleora school facilities. The district superintendent says the student body has grown by 50% in the past 10 years. He says they are struggling to support the district's growing needs in the current facilities.
Kind of bursting at the seams, so to speak. And so we just started looking at possibilities of trying to make more room. Currently, we don't have any extra room in this building.
Voters will decide on the bond issue on January 14th. You can learn more about the vote and find a sample ballot on our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Doug returns with an extended look at your forecast And a little later, veterinarians in Kansas warn cat owners about a rise in bird flu in the Sunflower State.
Well, it turned out to be a nice but chilly Friday for us today, but right where we should be for this time of the year. Let's go outside. Nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam. We are looking at downtown Joplin. Dry now, but that's going to be changing as we head into the weekend. We still have pretty much clear skies, but here's our next storm system building the western third of the country, and this is going to start to push in really starting tomorrow, but the bulk of the moisture is going to be moving in Saturday night and into Sunday. Let's go ahead and step through time. Clouds increase tonight, dry start to the day. Here's 6:30 in the morning. Drizzle picks up during the morning hours. Now, notice the temperatures. Some of us could pick up a little bit of freezing drizzle, but most of us drizzle. So here's the afternoon, still drizzle, most of us just above freezing, which is good. Then we start to get into light showers Saturday evening, and then some thunderstorms tomorrow night. Nothing strong. We're sitting upper 30s to lower 40s, just too cold to get anything strong. But our northern counties hanging out right around 32. So we're talking Yates Center, Iola, Fort Scott, Nevada, Stockton. Those areas are going to be the areas that could pick up freezing rain tomorrow night. Here's Sunday morning, showers, thunderstorms still for most of us. 75% of this storm system is going to be rain. 25% will be wintry weather. Here's 9 a.m. on Sunday. Notice that freezing line sneaking a little bit farther south. Right when it gets here, we get a dry punch of air, meaning the moisture cuts off. Now we are going to have some drizzle, and it could be freezing drizzle, so we need to watch that. Now temperatures quickly drop Sunday afternoon. We get a quick band of snow, 2 to 3, 4 hours or so, and it's going to be light, but with temperatures dropping into the teens, whatever does fall will stick to the ground. All right, let's talk ice first. Mainly Kansas and also Missouri, just a glaze of ice, but some heavier amounts, Yates Center, Iola, Fort Scott, Nevada, about 1/4 of an inch, which can cause some issues. How much snow could we get? I think most of us in the white here, under 2 inches. A little bit more, Yates Center, Iola. Let's go Joplin north 1 to 2, Joplin south 1 inch or less. Yes, this could vary a little bit north or south as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. Weather impacts, so snow, whatever snow we do get will stick on the road. So we're going to say a moderate impact of ice, high impact of cold because the temperatures are really going to drop. Also the winds are going to be strong. So northern counties that get a little bit of ice, that could bring down some tree branches. All right, snow-o-meter, road impacts. Yes, it's not going to be real bad, but yeah, we're going to have some snow on the ground. All right, so behind this system, the cold air sticks around, so that means any snow will stick around. Only lower 20s on Monday. And then look at this. By Tuesday morning, we're going to be dropping 10, maybe 8 degrees. Plus on Monday morning, wind chill factors way down there, 0 to about -10 degrees. So this is a big switch compared to what we have seen. 39 Saturday, 46 in the morning Sunday, and then drop. We'll do an alert day due to the wintry weather. And then high temps only in the 20s on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Anthony?
All right, Doug, thanks. Veterinarians in Wichita, Kansas are on high alert for bird flu, which is now being reported in the area. They are sharing tips for how to keep your cat safe, mainly avoiding giving them raw milk. Abby Ray has what you can look out for if you think your pet has been infected.
As more reports come out every day, more cat owners are watching closely to see if there's a risk of bird flu for their pet. If a cat gets H5N1 or bird flu, it can be deadly 75 to 100% of the time.
The sooner we can start treating it, the more likely it is to survive.
Dr. Kelly Jones has been a veterinarian at the Cat Hospital of Wichita on East Central for more than 30 years. She says the hospital hasn't seen any local cases of cats with bird flu yet, but they are getting ready just in case.
It is spread through birds and through eating raw meat, and also unpasteurized milk.
Wild geese and ducks are two of the most common bird flu carriers. Dr. Jones warns against feeding your cats a raw food diet or giving them raw milk, as this is how many cats have already gotten sick across the country.
The best way to protect your cat from the bird flu is to ensure it always stays inside instead of allowing it to travel outside and interact with birds in the area.
I don't think a lot of people in the area maybe understand the true implications of this disease and what it can do to our animals, our livestock, our, companion animals that we have ourselves.
Symptoms a cat could experience include lethargy, breathing issues, nasal and eye discharge, and a slew of neurologic symptoms similar to rabies, like drooling, inability to walk or circle walking, and seizures.
If you live near a water feature or a local park, you might want to consider taking off your shoes when you get home for the day and disinfecting them with some kind of spray to further prevent contaminants in your home.
The Kansas Humane Society has also not yet seen any cases of bird flu in cats, but it agrees with the veterinarians. Keep a close eye on your furry friend and always take them to the vet if you notice an extreme change in behavior or a clear illness.
The Department of Health and Human Services announced it will invest more than $300 million to help monitor bird flu and prepare for potential scenarios. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention still considers the risk to be the general public to be low. But the Biden administration emphasized the importance of continuing collaboration among stakeholders to protect human and animal health and food safety. The funding will go toward education and treatment for emerging special pathogens, hospital preparedness and stocking supplies, increased testing and monitoring of exposure, and research into possible medical countermeasures. Still ahead, a Frontenac Raider commits to play college football, and Pittsburgh and Webb City basketball square off in the Cardinal Dome. John Dales has those stories and more up next in sports.
For over 48 years. High school basketball season is more than a month old here in the 4 states, and teams are starting to figure out their identity as we begin the new year. Webb City girls basketball takes on the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons tonight. It's a cross-state matchup, and the Lady Cardinals come out of the gates hot. Whitley Keith drains a 3-ball from the corner here. Not long after that, Abby Sargent knocks down a 3 of her own from the top of the key, and Webb City starts this game with a 20-0 lead. But Pittsburgh hangs around. Nice inbounds play here as Odessa Reed picks up 2 points. Then in transition, Alyssa Hotze gets a really tough layup to go. Dragons are back in business, but Pittsburgh just had trouble slowing down Kira Long. Here's Long shooting it from the corner, and she makes it look easy there. A few possessions later, Long with a heat check. Drains that one as well. Big night for Kira Long. She has 27 points as Webb City beats Pittsburgh 69-36. Now to the boys' game. Webb City hosting Pittsburgh, the only meeting between these two this year. Pittsburgh gets off to a good start. Nate Mitchell knocks down a 3-pointer from the top of the key to start this one. But Webb City responds quickly with a 3 right back. Dalton Riggs hits it from the top of the key. Next possession, Holton Keith jumps into the passing lane, gets a steal, and then finishes the layup on the other end. Webb City takes the lead, and Pittsburgh a little bit slow in the first quarter, but the Purple Dragons settle in the second. Here's Caden Navaratnam, who knocks down a 3 from the corner. Webb City leads Pittsburgh by 8 at halftime. We go to the second half. Cardinals start to go on a run. Holton Keith underneath gets an easy 2. Then Eli Pace drains a 3-pointer from the corner. He had 23 on the night in the fourth. Holton Keith goes up for another layup. He leads all Cardinal scorers with 25, and Webb City beats Pittsburgh 74-52. Meanwhile, some recruiting news from Southeast Kansas. Frontenac High School senior Jaden Houghton announces on Twitter that he is verbally committed to Hutchinson Community College. As a senior, he received first-team All-State honors from Keisha as a defensive lineman and from Sports in Kansas as a tight end. Houghton had 56 tackles, 5 sacks, 500-plus receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns this past fall for the Raiders. Well, Pittsburgh State football 2-time captain Jack Barkley is named to the Elite 100 team, released this week by D2Football.com. Barkley is the only player from Pittsburgh State to be recognized on this list, which recognizes 100 of the top players in the country at the Division II level. Barkley was a standout linebacker for the past several seasons for the Gorillas, and he's received multiple All-America honors in his career. Well, a Pittsburgh State football alum who both played for and coached the Gorillas is getting another opportunity to coach at the Division I FBS level. Nate Dreiling, who won a national championship with Pittsburgh State as a player back in 2011, has been hired as the next defensive coordinator at Arkansas State. Now, this comes after Dreiling spent the 2024 season as interim head coach of Utah State. He got appointed to that position less than 2 months prior to the season starting. Dreiling was Pitt State's defensive coordinator just 6 years ago. You think about the journeys that football coaches, college football coaches go on to go from Division II Pitt State defensive coordinator up to Division I FBS defensive coordinator in just 6 years. It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, and you would love to see that stay here, but it's always good to see people going out and being successful.
Of course. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks, John. We'll be right back.
Hey, Gorilla fans, the new year kicks off.
For State Hero.
Well, of course, we're monitoring the winter storm moving in this weekend. It starts tomorrow, mainly just clouds and drizzle, but be careful. Showers, thunderstorms increase Saturday night, rain on Sunday morning, and then switching over to some freezing drizzle and a band of light snow by Sunday evening, and then sharply colder early next week.
All right, Doug, thanks. Christmas may be over, but these Christmas trees provide a tasty gift for some goats at Philadelphia's Aubrey Arboretum. The Christmas Tree Cycle Festival is in its 7th year. It's an environmentally friendly way to dispose of Christmas trees, and as you see, the goats dig it too, or at least dig into it. What the goats don't eat is turned into wood chips for trails in city parks and community gardens around Philadelphia.
Now, I would have never thought that, I've seen people burn their Christmas trees like on a bonfire, but I would have never thought of the way to, I guess, get rid of them is have goats eat them.
Now they're mowing lawns and now they're eating trees.
Apparently so.
Final sports note.
The Oklahoma City Thunder win again tonight, come back from 14 down. They won their 14th straight. Wow. It's the longest streak in the NBA.
All right. Thanks, John. We'll be right back here tomorrow. Join us. Have a good night.